Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Podcast with Nurse Designer. And today I have a special guest. I have someone really lovely here. And then, when I first came across her YouTube channel, I got captivated. Like, I need to look for her. I need her to come on my channel. And here she is.
Wow.
Can you please give us a brief introduction about yourself and your background?
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Nurse Designer, for inviting me to your YouTube channel. So my name is Jumoke Ekundayo. I'm a nurse. I'm also a midwife. So I'm from Nigeria. I'm actually from Nigeria, and I was a registered nurse midwife in Nigeria. And moving to the UK in 2021. Yeah, I moved to the UK in 2021, and I came in as a nurse. But I don't know if I should spill this years, but currently I'm working as a midwife in the UK. I'm a mom of two, married,
Oh,
and I think that's it. Yeah, basically that's it about me. Yeah,
oh, lovely, lovely. And what you don't want to spill, you have to spill it. Let's know
eventually.
why you actually changed from nursing to midwifery. But before then, I would like to ask you: did you come to the UK via work visa?
Yes, I did. I did. I come to the UK, work visa. There's health, and oh my God, I'm trying to remember now. I think when I was coming, it was changed from work visa to health and oh my God, I've forgotten health and social care visa or something. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was kind of differentiated from the rest of the work from the rest of the work under work visa. So it
Oh,
was like health and social care visa. So yeah, that's what
yeah.
I feel. Yeah, yeah, but it's for work purpose. Yeah, basically for work purpose. Yeah,
Oh, okay. And you came to the UK as a registered
yeah,
nurse.
yeah.
You wrote the nursing CBT from Nigeria.
From Nigeria, yeah, and I did my OSCE. I came here, got employed, got sponsorship from Nigeria. Came here, did my OSCE, and then boom, we became a registered nurse. And we were
Wow.
happy about it actually. When I was coming in as a nurse, I was happy about it. Maybe not so happy because I was originally a midwife. I was first a midwife in Nigeria before I went back for my post basic nursing. So coming in as a nurse, it was just like it provided that opportunity I wanted. I wanted to leave, and as at that time, midwives, NHS was not sponsoring midwives. So midwifery was not affording me that opportunity. So nursing giving me that opportunity was just like, okay, this is a good one. Thank you, nursing. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I came in and then, like I used to say, I said what I ordered versus what I got. Oh my God, it's so different. It's so different.
I think
It's so
it's because
different.
you are used to your specialty, midwifery, because nursing is nursing everywhere, really.
Mhm. Nothing is nothing. I also practice that. In fact, as a matter of fact, I went back to school after my midwifery course in Nigeria. I went back to school as both a registered nurse. I was doing both my post basic nursing and my degree nursing at OAU. So I was combining both. And when I finished, I actually worked as a nurse, like a proper nurse. For that 1 year, it was not that tough. And like I say, the hospital I was working before I moved to the UK, the last hospital I worked, I was working 12 hours shift. So except once in a while when they want me to go to excuse me, so sorry.
That's fine.
Except once in a while when they want me to work in the other branches because it's Abuja and we've got the hospital is a big one. They got branches in not Kuje, they got branches in Area 1, Gariki, and so on like that. So sometimes they just want us to go to those suburb areas. That's the only time I work 8 hours. But if I'm going to really work where I got my job, it's 12-hour shift. So I thought I was kind of used to the 12-hour shift stuff, and the UK was the hospital was owned by a UK doctor. So it does this thing in a UK way. So I felt like, oh, I'm so familiar with the UK system. And truthfully, when I came into the UK, my hospital, the flooring, the building, the structure, everything looked like my previous hospital in Abuja. The things they do, the process, the way we are being taught to attend to patients, the clocking in, the documenting on the computer, blood results, blood tests, a lot of things was very. I've experienced working in government hospital in Nigeria. Like I didn't really work there, but as a student, we go there for posting and all. So I know how it is in government hospital and private. But this my own private hospital was similar to the UK system. But it's just a whole lot with UK actually. It's a whole lot with UK. It's a whole lot. So let's just get on from there. So I want to hear
Wow.
from
So nursing actually served as a stepping stone, should I call it that way, for you to
the word. That's the word. Stepping stone. That's the word. Yeah.
oh my
It served as a stepping stone, really, really. And I didn't know. I knew I preferred being a midwife to being a nurse from the onset. I just knew. But I didn't know I was going to be so tired of nursing this quickly. As a matter of fact, when I was still in my previous place of work in the UK, when I do the my ward where I was working as a nurse, when I was there, I was actually thinking of another specialty in nursing. Okay, because I was like, if I'm not going to ever be a midwife in the UK, then I should be thinking of going to another specialty in nursing, but definitely not bedside. Yeah, I've not been a fan. I've not been a fan of bedside nursing since I've started doing clinical posting. So I was looking into other specialty, but it was just so difficult. It wasn't nursing. Maybe it is my area. Maybe it's the trust I am. It was not just giving me that opportunity. And this is me going for bank shift as a staff nurse in the maternity department in my trust. And I see how things are done. I see how flexible it is. It's not just much of a asu, kind of thing. So I just felt no, this is not really what I want. I persevered a little. I stayed for 1 year in my current place of work. I stayed for like 1 year, 6 months before I left. But as at 1 year, I'd already, before 1 year, I'd already had some things I'd planned. I'd spoken to some of I had a preceptor then. I had a mentor, I had a preceptor, and I had spoken to them about my plans. They told me, okay, do this. You have to do my particular preceptor, the one allocated to me. I actually spoke to him, and he said, if you want this kind of specialty in nursing, you have to pretend, you have to forget you have kids and you have to be doing days. Yes, that's exactly what he told me. When you have children in the UK, what you want to think of more is night shifts so that you can have time for runs, for school runs, rather not runs, for school runs and some other things that you can do during the daytime. And he told me most people with children, they don't want to do day shifts. So if you want this kind of specialty, it's a day specialty, and I'm very much aware. So you have to really forget about night shifts, do more of days. And when it was time, when my husband came and it was time for him to start working, I discussed with him, and he didn't even budge. He was happy to do night shifts while I
god.
do days. So that just because I was hoping that this thing, when I do day shifts more, I'm going to get what I want. I did day shift for a year, maybe just a little bit of night shifts. I could actually count the number of night shifts I did, more of bank shifts actually. The night shift I did was like those I picked as bank just to see how things really go on night shift and all. So I just did day shift for fun. After a year, I went to meet him. I said, "Oh, I've gotten my competencies. I've done this. I've done that." There were some things they actually spelled out for me. You have to get this competency. You have to get that competency. And I was like, "Okay, no worries." I went to meet him. I've done this. I've done that. Guess what he told me? Just guess. Guess what? He said, uh, Jumoke, because that's what they call me. It's either they call me Jumok, or they call me Jumoki, or they call me Jumo. Jumoke, you know what? You just have to. This post is not just for anyhow people. And I'm like, what do you mean by anyhow people? He said it's not just for everyone. He said there are special people for this post. There are special things to look into for this post. And I
You
was
mean
like,
the midwife post?
no, I was staying in my trust, or I was staying in my ward already as a nurse. I had
Yeah.
spent 1 year and I had spoken to my preceptor. more
Yeah.
like a mentor. I've spoken to him my plans, because they will ask you at the beginning, what are you looking into? What are your
Yeah.
goals, your objective? That's the work of the preceptor and your
Okay.
mentor to guide you through. And then I told him my plans, and then he told me if I want to do what I actually told him, I have to do more of day shift because the
Okay.
work, yeah, because the work I wanted to do, the specialty I wanted to dive into is more of a day shift, which I'm actually
Oh.
very, very aware of. Yeah. So after
Do
one
you
year,
mind what specialty is that, please?
yeah, I don't mind. It's education,
Oh,
facilitator,
good.
just teaching, basically
Good.
teaching. I don't
Yeah.
mind diving as, maybe into going into hospital teachings
Yeah.
or, just clinical teachings in the hospital because that's what it does. So I said I like what it does and I'm willing to, go into that. And he told me after one year when I went to meet him, he said, "Oh, Jumoke, there are special people for this post. It's
After
like
one
after
year.
1 year." And I reminded him, you told me when I spoke to you earlier, you told me I needed to do more of day shifts. I needed to get this competency. I needed to get that competency, which I did. I gave him my book. There's this competency book we have. He signed me off. Everything was good. So I said, why didn't you tell me there are special people? And I'm really, really interested. What special people? Because looking at that, I don't want to call it a department now because it's not as if they are standing on their own. They are like intertwined in different departments in the hospital. Like we have surgical department, medicine and stuff. So we have different clinical educators for each department. So this their own specialty. And I'm like, what is the special criteria you people need to have before crossing? And he said, I'm not going to tell you, it's not just something that is clearly written. He said it's not something clearly written in print. It's not written in black and white, but there are things they look out for. So do you mean I do not have that quality? Does that mean I do not fit into the criteria? And then when I sat back and I looked at the set of people in that particular specialty. And did I call them specialty? I'm just for the sake of this thing, I'll just for the sake of this video, I'll just call them specialty. When I looked at the sets of people, the um ethnicity, should I call it? Yeah, ethnicity, the ethnicity of those that actually fill the post, they are like a particular tribe. I don't know if it's safe for me to mention that tribe in this video, honestly. I don't know, but they are like a particular tribe. So it's like you're finding it difficult to bring in a black, like me, into your department or your unit or whatever. So because if you are telling me that there is a special criteria, the only criteria I have not met is the color. And for the purpose of this video, I would just say they are actually not British. They are not white. Yeah, they are not white, but they are not black. So you could guess them if you want to guess them, but they are not the British. Yeah, we've got some few British among them, but they are not British. So I was like, that's the only thing. I was if I joined them, I was going to be different. So I was like, okay, if that is what you have, he didn't give me a reason for not, giving me an interview. Or the post was out. I saw the post out. I applied. I didn't even get any feedback till
Wow.
today. I didn't get. It was just on my track job. It just showed maybe what was it even showing? It just showed at it stayed long. It pended, for a long time, and then after some time, it just said this application is closed. So I didn't even get a feedback. Maybe they didn't even check it, or they just chose whoever they wanted to, choose. So, and then it's a band six position. It's not going to be band five. Although you might do, a little bit of shadowing, supernumerary as band six, stuff like that. But then I wasn't taking. So from there, I just got fed up. I was like,
I
no, how
know.
long? And in my word, progression is like, sorry, I'm bringing in Bible into this.
Oh,
When
that's
the Bible says it's easier for a horse or a camel to pass through the hole of a needle than a rich man entering the kingdom of God. That's exactly how it is to get the progress in my unit, in my ward especially. It was tough. I have people there who have been 5 years, six
wow.
years, and they are still band six. They are still band five, rather. Not that they are not applying, they apply, but these people just know. These people I'm talking about, they are actually the same tribe that the same tribe that didn't allow me join this clinical education team, their tribe is also my manager. Yeah, so we have a lot of them. We have a lot of this tribe in my units, in my ward then. So you apply, they don't even reckon with your application, they don't consider you, and then so all of a sudden someone who just came 1 year ago, 2 years ago, who is their tribe, gets the position. So I have
Okay.
studied, yeah. So I have studied the trend, I've studied the pattern. I just felt if I really want progress, it's either I leave this trust to another trust, or I go back to my first love, which was midwifery. And prior to that time, I told you I've been going for bank shifts. I had this divided mind. Should I just go to midwifery?
Oh,
Should I just stay and just get, because actually, if I'd gotten this education teaching stuff in nursing, I may not even consider midwifery. I may just have the qualification just for having sake,
yeah,
but not really going into that. So
yeah.
my mind has been sort of divided. Should I go? Should I not? I had started my application, but I just left it pending for a long time. So immediately it gave me this response. I just dusted my book. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's start reading for CBT. I
Wow.
started reading for my CBT. No, okay. And in midwifery, you just have to do your preceptorship. After preceptorship, for maybe 1 year to 18 months, depending on how ready you feel, because they are not going to push you and say take your band six. They
Yeah,
want you to be really ready. They want you to get the competencies you need to get. You need to be able to
yeah.
stand alone too. But yeah, to an extent before you can get your band six. So when you're ready, 12 months, 18 months, when they do the review, you don't have to apply for band six. It's something you get. Yeah,
Wow.
it's like a right because midwifery on its own is a specialty. So specialties in nursing, it should be like higher to the general thing. So that's how it was. I was like, why should I just stay here? And I don't know when it's going to be my turn. Because if I say I've been working in other ward, I've been doing bank shift in other ward, and I see other ward too complaining about this. So we are complaining about us. And as I was complaining in my own unit, trust me, my unit was not even one of the worst units in that trust, in my trust rather. It's not even one of the stressful or hectic or the most political, because there are politics in this thing, like I've said. So it's not even one of the political units in the trust. So when I hear of other people, I'm just like, no, it's going to another world is like from fire pan to fire. I'm still going to meet the same set of people. So let me just, either I leave this unit, either I leave this nursing entirely, or I move to another trust. This
So
is not me.
what did you
Pardon?
now finally decide? Did you actually move to another trust?
No, 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 it's still my trust. But the thing is, so I was now torn in between, should I apply as a midwife to another trust or staying in my trust? So I weighed my options. The pros of staying in my trust outweighed the cons. So I was like, okay, let me just go. And when I say the pros outweighs the cons, it's like I already know how things work in this trust. My children were just trying to find, stability. I was less than 2 years then. So they were just trying to get acclimatized to how things are made. They're just starting to have friends.